Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I have a review and tutorial on the Kathleenlights Zodiac collection. Now I know this is a little late, this collection has been out for a little while, but I did want to do a tutorial on it anyway because I've been using the products and I wanted to give you my honest opinion on them. Okay, so I didn't purchase everything from this collection. I do just want to let you know that right now. So I did purchase the Zodiac palette, which is the palette that came out in this collection, the eyeshadow palette. It comes with 12 eyeshadows and it is a really cool palette. So each one of these shades in here is named after a different sign, and Kathleen made them specifically colors that she thought reminded her of each zodiac sign. So I thought that was really cool. It does come with a mirror, which I love. It makes it so much easier and to travel with. Before I purchased this, I didn't think that this was a palette that I could use just by itself, but actually I make everyday looks with this and I make smoky looks with this, and I just really enjoyed pushing myself like to do different colored looks and things with this palette. I think it's great. These colors are stunning and I really like it. This packaging is so pretty. I love the navy blue. I love navy blue, and so the packaging on this is just everything and more. This is a really great palette. I will be showing you guys in the tutorial part of this that it's very blendable, and this is the look I created with it. It's just a really good palette and I think she did a really good job. Okay, so the next thing I did purchase in the collection is the Supernova Shadow in the shade Constellation. There was another one which was a really gorgeous yellow color, or like gold color, but I just knew I wouldn't get much use out of it, so I purchased this one. I think this color is really pretty. This is the one thing in the collection that I'm kind of bummed about. It was one of the things I was looking the most forward to in this collection because Colourpop didn't have a shade like this, and I was thinking this was more of like an everyday shade, one that I would wear a lot. And while that may be true, I just don't think it is, how do I say that? Like, it's pretty, I'll give it to him, but it's not what I expected. I have to build this up to make it look more pigmented and stuff. I do end up having to do a cut crease so that it shows up more on my eyelids. I don't know if maybe I got a bad one or what, but also it doesn't last very long on my eyes. I don't know if I just have really stupid eyes or what. I don't know, it's just not my favorite. I think it's a beautiful color, and so like the color choice is perfect and it is like an everyday thing I would wear, but I don't know. This is just the one thing that kind of bummed me out in this collection. Next, I did purchase a highlighter from her collection. This is the On the Cusp Super Shock Cheek. Now again, with the packaging, I freaking love the navy blue. I think it's so cute and it definitely stands out from other Colourpop products. Now this is the highlighter right here. This is a little bit too dark for me. When I'm looking like forward, I think I say it later in the video, but when I'm looking forward, you can kind of see some like stripe here, but when I turn my head, you can see the highlighter and it is absolutely stunning. I didn't buy both of the highlighters in the collection because I was a little unsure if this one would be too dark for me or not, and this is the lighter one. The other one, I think it's called Fire. It looks absolutely beautiful, but I know that I couldn't get away with wearing it if I can't wear this one. But this is very comparable to the other Super Shock cheeks that Colourpop does have, and so for that I think it's awesome. I think these are really cool and they have the coolest formula. You just have to feel it for yourself. And the last thing I did purchase from her collection was the Luxe lipstick in the shade What's Your Sign. This is the lipstick I'm wearing, obviously. I love this lipstick. It feels like there's nothing on. It's a beautiful color. It's a little deep for me. Like, she said it was her perfect nude and I'm fairer than she is, so it's not my perfect nude, but I think it is an absolutely stunning color. It feels like nothing's there. It's not drying on your lips. It stays a long time. The only thing I would like to say is that I do get that little like white line. You know what I'm talking about? Like, after you've worn a lipstick for a while, it like creates that white weird thing, but like you can rub it off or you can like pat your lips together and then it's kind of gone. So I mean, that doesn't really bother me, I guess. I just have to, like, if I know it creates the line, I'll be looking for it throughout the day so I can get it away so people don't see it. So those were all the things I did purchase from the collection. I think it's a great collection. If you're wanting to pick up something, I totally would. The one thing that I would definitely recommend is this Luxe lipstick. I think the formula is fantastic and you guys have to just try it for yourself. And for $7, I don't think it's a bad price tag. The second thing I would probably recommend is the palette for sure. I know it's probably not everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's beautiful and you can create some really stunning looks with this. But other than that, I think that is all I have to say about this collection. So let's just get into the tutorial part of this. Okay, so I already set my lids, so I'm actually gonna go in with the shade first called the Taurus, and I'm gonna run this through my crease. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade right here called the Virgo. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this and put it in the outer corner just building it up ever so slightly right there to deepen it up. So next I'm going to be taking this shade right here called the Sagittarius, and I'm going to be running this through my crease as well. This is just a really nice purple. I do go higher than my crease because I kind of have hooded eyes, so I like to personally on myself take my shadow a little bit higher than my natural crease. I personally think it looks better on me when I do it this way. Next I'm actually going to cut my crease, so to do this I'm just going to be using this Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 10, and what I like to do is I take my brush. So I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro 9 brush, and I just take my concealer and I get a little bit of this on my brush, and then I go directly onto my eye. I've just found, because we are going to be using this Supernova shadow, I think it works better when I do cut my crease. So after that step's done, I let my concealer dry for a second just to make sure it's not going to be like lifted or whatever. So after this, I'm going to be using the Supernova shadow in the shade Constellation. So I found that personally it just works better if I go straight away with the shadow on my eyelid, just with the little applicator. I think it works better, and these do dry fairly quickly, so I would just keep that in mind if you're trying to work with them. So I am just going back in with this shade to build it up a little bit on the lids. Okay, so now that that is basically dried, I'm just going to go back in with that same brush and back in with the Sagittarius just to add a little bit more of that purple back into the look. I'm just really going to be adding this to the outer corner just so it's a little bit deeper and darker out there. And I'm going to go back in with the Taurus a little bit just to diffuse these edges and make sure everything is nice and blended. Okay, I'm going to be taking a little bit of this shade called the Scorpio. It's like this nice purpley shimmery shade. And I'm going to be taking this shade and putting it kind of towards the outer part of my lid. I'm going to be sandwiching these two colors together just because I kind of want a gradient from this nice pink shade into like the dark purple, so I thought this would be a nice color to do that with. Then I'm going to go in with the shade called the Cancer right here. This is a more pinky shade. I'm going to go over, because I did come a little too far, so I'm going to go over just a little bit right here in the center to kind of make this pop. So the upper lids are done, so I'm just going to take the Taurus here again, and I'm going to run this on my lower lash line. Okay, I'm going to take this Sagittarius, which is this purple shade that we used in the crease on top, and I'm going to be running this along my lower lash line so that that color ties in and so that it's a little bit more smoky. So this is actually not in this part of this collection, but it is a Kathleenlights product, so I just still wanted to rep it. Also, it is from Colourpop. This is the Mr. Bing Creme Gel Liner, and I'm going to put this on my waterline just because I feel like I need something down there, and I thought this brown would work nicely. Okay, so I'm just going to pop on some mascara and then we'll be right back to finish the rest of the face. Okay, so Kathleen didn't come out with like a bronzer or anything in her collection, so I am going to be using this one from Colourpop. It's the Pressed Powder Highlighter in the shade Private Party. So I'm just going to pop this on. Okay, so next, she again doesn't have a blush, but I'm going to be using the Zodiac palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here called the Libra, and use that for my blush. So next, this is the On the Cusp highlighter. I love this navy packaging. It's so pretty. I am going to be using my finger just to apply this because I do think it works best with these Super Shock cheeks with their formula. So I am just going to be tapping this on. Now this is slightly, ever so slightly, too dark for my skin. Like when I turn my head this way, it looks fine, but sometimes I do get like when I'm looking straight forward, like you can kind of see the line. It's such a pretty highlight though. I wish I could wear the fire one because that one looks so pretty, but I know for a fact that that would be way too dark on my skin. Okay, so I'm actually going to go back into the Zodiac palette and I'm going to use the shade The Cancer, and I'm going to put this as an inner corner highlight really quick. And I'm just going to run the slightest bit of it underneath my brow bone. Just like a teeny tiny bit. And lastly is the lip product. So this is the Colourpop Luxe lipstick in the shade What's Your Sign. It is a cream finish, and these are so luxurious and nice. And I love this color. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I think it turned out really awesome. I do love this palette. I have been messing around with it a lot, and I just think it is something that is worth checking out if you want to support Kathleen especially. Let me know if you guys have purchased this palette, what you guys think of it. Show me some looks that you've done with it. But yeah, that is my review and tutorial using this palette and her collection. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thanks again for supporting my channel and me. I hope you guys are having a blessed day or night wherever you are, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.